Alright.
Radiant team, ban. Dire team, ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team, ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team, pick. Ten seconds remaining.
I speak for the trees.
Radiant team, pick.
Bounty Hunter. The Undying wakes.
Dire team, pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Hello?
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Wind Ranger at your service.
Dire team, ban.
Sure thing.
10 seconds remaining.
Alright, well, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a Beyond the Sim presentation of the iLeague Season 3 LAN. Here we've got Alliance versus Vici Gaming. This is going to be the first game in this Best of 3 series, and it should be a really good one. Obviously, Vici Gaming just took down IG, so looking pretty good. Alliance did also take down Energy Pacemaker, so, I mean, it's not the biggest win, but it's still a pretty solid one, showing their promise here and putting them up against Vici here in the second round. So it's going to be pretty fun to see these guys in action, especially Admiral Bulldog on his Nature's Prophet. Furion did get a few buffs to put him back in the metagame, and we're going to see him come into play most likely on the offlane there. But I'm curious where this Wind Ranger actually finds herself, because although I still think she's quite a powerful hero, it's unorthodox to see her picked up, so we'll see what Mad has in store for us there. In the meantime, Vici Gaming, they're picking up kind of tried and true heroes to open up with. Bounty Hunter for FY to roam around and counter jungle, and then the Undying most likely in the hands of Ice on the offlane. That's Jaw there, for you guys that don't know. That is a alias of sorts, a different account, but still the same guy. So most likely going to try to go for like an aggro duel with the Bounty Hunter sneaking around and finding his openings. But overall, I think both drafts can succeed here. I think there's going to be a lot of good mid to late game pressure with the pushing and hard disables coming in from Nature's Prophet and Wind Ranger. But if Vici Gaming can get the start that they want, if they can get the opening and the momentum, then they're going to be feeling really good about themselves. I'm actually interested to see if Nature's Prophet opens with Dust of Appearance pretty early on, because Teleport and Dust of Appearance interference is probably one of the best things to have against the bounty hunter roaming around, because Nature Prophet can be just anywhere with that teleport. So I think it'd be pretty powerful, but it really just depends on how they want to run it, where they want to invest the resources. So should be pretty good.
Shadow Demon.
Dire team pick.
It looks like I am a little bit too quiet. Sure thing.
10 seconds remaining.
So we're looking at Phase 2. We've seen the bands of Phantom Lancer, Bristleback, as well as Slardar and Rubik, all pretty solid pickups here. The Slardar are pretty popular for Alliance when they've got some physical damage output, like the Wind Ranger with that Focus Fire. You amp that up and you make it really easy to bring somebody down. But this is actually pretty interesting to see the Shadow Demon here, probably for Fenrir. Has a lot of potential for finding quick kill opportunities, but I'm expecting them to follow it up with something like a Leshrac or a Lina as a core hero. So if they can get a Lesher Lina to follow up the Shadow Demon Disruption into a Light Strike Ray or a Split Earth, then we're going to be seeing a lot of heavy damage. And I think they'll favor the Lesh here. The Diabolic Edict is better for pushing, and they are going to be going for that early tempo. So Shadow Demon Leshrac, we're probably going to be seeing how on the safe lane Leshrac, Fenrir supporting him on the Shadow Demon, Ice will take Undying to the off lane, and FY will roam a little bit into the off lane, into the enemy jungle, and into the mid lane.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Sure. Okay, yeah.
Reserve time.
Technical stuff, I know, it's a little bit hard to calibrate at first, but once you get it, it'll stick. So, yeah, Vici Gaming had just taken down IG, so they're feeling pretty good about that, but they did make a few mistakes in that game, and they probably want to work on that a little bit. Their coach is probably berating them a little bit, but this is going to be a pretty clear draft for them. They're very clear intentions. It's just go all in, all early on, and see how fast that snowball can roll. Because right now, Leshrac, I mean, he can scale pretty well to the late game, but it's obviously not their main intention. They really want to get involved very directly, very long term, and yeah, I think that they're going to be able to bring down at least 2 towers within the first 15 minutes. So we'll see how much momentum they can really build off of that. But this is a pretty interesting pick here coming in from Alliance. The Dazzle was one thing, but the Bane is certainly another. The Bane is very reliant in getting a full channel duration off of the Fiend's Grip. But if you look at the lineup you're up against, not only things like the Disruption, the Split Earth, potentially a Yule Scepter to interrupt the Bane, but a big one is the Bounty Hunter's Track. Bounty Hunter Track, he can just go ahead, throw that on the Bane at any point in time, and then he can just shuriken anyone, and it'll bounce over to the Bane to interrupt him. A little bit of delay, perhaps, but still getting the job done. It means that Bounty Hunter has a lot more range to disable than he used to with that new shuriken bounce. So it's going to be really hard for Fiend's Grip to come out. It'll be good for the lanes overall, the Nightmare saves, in conjunction with like the Shallow Grave and the Shadow Waves and stuff like that. But Mad's going to have to play one of the best games of his life if he's going to be able to pull this one out. I think that they're really emphasizing offensive disables with Shackle Shot, with Nightmare and Fiends, but I could still see this turning against them pretty heavily. At least they have tanky supports. That's one thing that I do like about this, is where Bounty Hunter thrives is going on like the 0 armor support that can't fend for himself. Bane, Dazzle, they're kind of tanky. They can respond to those tough situations, and we'll see how well they perform.
Reserve time.
Storm Spirit.
Dire team pick.
It'll be a big problem if the game goes long. If we see a game that's like is pretty even at 35-40 minutes, then they're going to start having some problems where the Leshrac and the Storm Spirit can't scale well enough with their items. They can't right click like you said. But what they're probably going to do is actually run FY's Bounty Hunter as a support and Undying as the kind of core off lane in the hands of Ice Ice Ice. So what that means is that they're still going to be able to build a lot of momentum around that very tanky Undying, and it should be allowing them to just push really hard, and that means their goal is to end the game by 30 minutes, and then that right click aspect won't be a big issue. Yeah, I think this is a good response. They know that the game is going to be decided very early on. It's going to be a very involved, like 10-minute stage, and they need a hero that gets involved at that point in time. Loda could just go for like a hardcore late game carry, but it won't matter because you won't be able to get items up fast enough. The Centaur, like you said, all he needs is the Blink Dagger, so that he should be in a position where he can get involved very early, assuming the laning phase goes how they intend.
Prepare for battle.
Yeah, looking over Alliance, we've got Madska, or fucking Mad, on the Bane. Ake is going to be picking up the Dazzle, and he's actually buying out most of the support items here. Pycat's going to be running on the mid, Null Talisman start Wind Ranger, and that'll leave Admiral Bulldog to the off lane on the Nature's Prophet, looking for an early Ring of Basilius. So Loda's taking his Centaur Warrunner to the safe lane, and it plays similar to the way his kind of, I wouldn't say signature, but very popular Slardar pick does. The one thing that it does bring is a little bit more magical burst, and also this ultimate. Stampede is a really big deal in this game, I think. If you can get a good Stampede off, you can avoid most of the problems that Vici Gaming are going to be throwing at you. Obviously, things like Disruption, Electric Vortex, that they can cause some problems, but if Undying's the initiator, if he's the one to go on the front line, the Centaur can allow you to pick your battles a lot more carefully, so that should be good. But it looks like the free rune is going to go to How on the bottom lane, and then we're just going to be looking at top to see if FY can snatch, but oh, that Sentry Ward means that's pretty much impossible.
The battle begins.
Every clan helps.
Stupendous!
Yeah, it should be pretty interesting. I mean, Super will be able to do a lot more at level 6. Wind Ranger before then will be able to just do a little bit more, I think. I mean, she's got the better attack animation, lower base attack time, and just in general is going to be feeling pretty good about like the right clicks, and Super's going to have to fall back to the jungle a little bit to farm, and then of course has more gank presence at level 6. But it's interesting if you'll see FY on the mid lane here, he's actually stalking the courier, looking for an opportunity to jump in and kill off little Cluckles here, who delivered early tangos to Pycat. But because he's still missing, they're not gonna move it between the towers just yet, and FY might have to tower dive for it. Yeah, he really wants it. I'm curious how long he actually waits for this, because I think that Pycat will just keep it here to 3 minutes if he has to.
Dire's bottom tower is
Oh, here he goes mid. 2 hits. He's got one hit on the courier. He's trying to get the second one. Oh man, the courier is still alive here. 22 HP left on it, but it is pinned in. And unless they get a sentry ward down, they're not going to be able to make it safely out. But there's a sentry ward. He gets his escort service, and he will be able to make it home.
This is well begun.
Yeah, really good ganking combo, and he just got caught completely off guard trying to pull the creep wave past the tower to start farming it, getting some experience, but one step into disruption range and you're just toast. Oh, wow. Really nice shackle. I mean, when you feed First Blood like that, you kind of have to make up for it somewhere else, but luckily Nature Prophet with the teleport allows him to kind of get back onto the battlefield pretty quickly, so yeah, just kind of relying on Pycat a little bit. Even a level 1 shackle is a big deal at this stage in the game, and so they find a pretty good opportunity to gank and create space for the Centaur up top. That lane is a clear win, and now mid has a point of leverage with Pycat getting that kill.
Wages of fear.
Sure. Okay, so yeah, of course we're seeing kind of movement all over the map here. Super and FY will look for opportunities, but there's really not much to be found. Soon enough, Super will be like level 6 and ganking, but for now it's kind of passive. Undying, as long as he doesn't overstep, won't be picked off either, but the big deal here is that he's stuck at level 2. He's really limited on his experience gains because of that, but
Denied!
Just relax, man. Just do your thing. I think everybody loves it, so you should just kind of enjoy it, man. This is an awesome match, and you got to bring a little bit of fun stuff to it.
Roots and run.
Oh.
I blew it. Leaving so soon.
Yeah, he's just like, screw it, going for the fights, going for the ganks, kill, and so far it's working out. I can't wait till it gets Sprout too, because then you can actually combo up Sprout with Shackle Shot. You get the pretty much fish in a barrel attack that I like to call it, where you just put the trees around him and you get the easiest Shackle Shot of your life. So that'll be coming in when he gets level 4.
Gratitude!
Yeah, he'll try to go like Blink Dagger and Smoke a Deceit at the same time, and they'll just go for a quick, easy jump. Because Nature's Prophet can always teleport with it, they pretty much have 2 heroes anywhere they want with the Blink Dagger. So that's going to make it so they can find a pretty easy kill. I think they'll probably try to go for the Leshrac at that point in time, but we'll see. Yeah, laning overall, I think I'm surprised Vici aren't doing better, to be honest. I thought that FY might be able to make some opportunities happen, but he missed out on the courier. His KDA is 0-0-0, so really not doing the job the bounty hunter wants. And actually, almost going for super here. He's got the ball lightning, though, plenty of mana. And they still look to be trying to find an opportunity there. I mean, they can chain a few spells, but it seems Super is going to be keeping his distance, and he'll be fine.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Yep, pretty good back and forth here. Early towers pretty much expected with the point in Diabolic Edict. Just clears out the creep waves really quickly and takes it down. But you know, it's going to be a pretty active game. They've got a lot more fights to take. They can let that one go. And Super's just going to jungle up on the side here, try to get to like level 7, level 8, see what he can do once he actually gets his power treads. Sure. So we're going to actually see a smoke top lane. They was covered up by the Observer Ward, though. They saw the smoke under tower, so it should just be Ake and Loda playing it very safe here. They do have the Shallow Grave. They don't have a TP scroll, but they should be able to respond to the tower dive pretty well if it does happen. So instead, there's going to have to be the rotation towards mid, and we'll see if Pycat's playing it as careful, because they know the smoke was top, but this is a very quick move from Vici to actually rotate to a different lane, and it looks like it may succeed. All they need is a disruption, and that's an easy kill, but for now, he's going to make his move towards the Invis Rune, and it looks like he's going to get it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's just got his Blink Dagger, just wants to make sure that he gets that back safe and sound, and of course the Tombstone could indicate a lot more, even though in that case it probably was not necessary to Stampede immediately. It's whenever you see a cooldown like that committed, that's a 1 minute cooldown, you figure they have something up their sleeve, and maybe the disruption was almost there. But we do see actually bottom is where Bane gets disrupted. This should be a good kill. They get the Soul Catcher, they're gonna Lightning Storm, and that's almost half his health. Nice Nightmare dodge from the Bane, but it only delays the inevitable.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, looking at a very active game, I mean, even just the 5 kills in 10 minutes here, we're going to be seeing a lot more ganks coming up. So even though it's been a little bit passive for a few minutes here and there, it's going to be so crazy in a few minutes, and we'll see some awesome signature Cyclops YOLO casting when it comes down to those big fights. But, you know, right now we have the blink movement. We just have to constantly keep our eyes on Loda where he starts farming, if he's focusing on just creep kills to get tanky, or if he's actually trying to make things happen elsewhere on the map. And I feel like Alliance are going to start kind of feeling things out as far as opportunities here and there. Like Fenrir, for example, feels like a pretty easy gank, but they have to make sure that there's nobody behind them. So they kind of need to get a little bit more vision down, look for more aggressive wards. I mean, I guess this is the timing that they're looking for overall. They know that the classes are going to come out soon, so anything you can get as fast as possible is going to be great. But, I mean, this is pretty much your standard timing overall. I don't think that anybody's been set too far back.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways you could go. I think that the Orchid would be really good. If you can get the silence out on the Storm Spirit, it kind of makes it so that he isn't happy going Bloodstone. But okay, oh, gonna get his Shallow Grave and Stampede away, and Centaur gonna try to get out as well, but too much damage coming in. Last Rack will finish him off. Ake was saved, but at what cost?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
Yeah, well, I mean, Lightning Storm got a lot of nice buffs so that you can really get a lot of early potential out of this hero, just getting involved. And then, of course, it really suits Vici Gaming's style because they play a very fast game. They don't want it to go to like an hour long, so they don't have to worry about what the hero looks like when he gets 6 item slots. They just have to see what he can do with 1 or 2. That said, though, I think the Octarine Core as an addition is really, really nice. Mid lane looks like a pretty easy kill. Pycat, yeah, nuked down too quickly. A lot of TPs to try to save him, though, and actually he's still alive. Ake can't get the Shallow Grave off in time, though, so it's just going to be Bulldog pushing down bottom, everybody else pushing mid.
Your desolation and the
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But yeah, so as far as the Leshrac goes, like, you can still go for some pretty good mid to late game items that'll make him relevant. There's 2 things. First of all, the fact that BKB can't be bought anymore. You can't bring it back to 10 seconds. You just get the 5 seconds and then it falls off. That's really important for those magic damage dealing core heroes. Along with that, items like Octarine go really well with once you already have your Bloodstone, maybe your Ags, and then you're putting out a lot of damage and you're still able to do a lot of work. So I would say that overall, like, the intelligence carry is kind of back with the addition of Octarine Core, as well as the fact that BKB can't be bought a second time.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh.
death reviles me. You die so that others may cheer.
Yeah, it's certainly a lot of burst damage. It takes you down very quickly. And Leshrac, he's kind of squishy. Like, you have to build him very tanky. Every item he wants builds up his HP as well as his mana, because he just he doesn't do anything if he dies too quickly. But that's kind of be the idea of Alliance, is singling him out. That's the way you want to use the Fiend's Grip. Not really in big 5v5s because you'll get interrupted, but finding pickoffs like that just sets you up so nicely. So yeah, Loda doing the massive damage, and they take a tower as a result. But FY. Man, this guy hates couriers.
Right. Two tower downs already for Vici Gaming. Now Leshrac just getting closer into his Bloodstone. Gaming Super are now pushing into the middle lane. They all are waiting Alliance here. 5 heroes of Alliance. Vici Gaming House. And attract on Centaur Verana.
Yep. So they'll see he has 1,000 gold. Probably know that he's very close to either Ogre Club or a Vitality booster. But overall, they're mostly just getting vision and trying to maneuver against them for this next clash. They're saying, okay, well, we'll create time for How to freely push, since we know that those people that are tracked aren't TPing. And then, of course, if we find an opportunity to engage, it's because we have vision of them everywhere. So yeah, I think this is just good to kind of ready themselves for the fight. But what they don't realize is that something bigger is happening in the Roche pit. With the Medallion of Courage and 3 heroes involved, the non-tracked heroes are just going straight for the Roche.
Actually, I do a dual cast before, but it's kinda kind of different between offline and online. This is my first time casting.
It's okay, man.
Yeah, but I'll try, bro.
No problem.
It's not his fault at all. It's all mine. I kind of get a little bit nervous, but I'll try my best here. Falls out like that, and Super got checked down to the trees. iPad trying tuning on him. He's still on double damage, flying away. It's gonna be fine. Now 2 down for Team Vici Gaming side, and TP down for Arrow Bulldog. He was slowing. Alright. And yep, the last one is just trying to chase on Super, leap him, and oh man.
Hey man, if I have one recommendation, it'd be probably just close the chat for this game, man. You're doing fine, and I think this will be great if you just take a breath and you roll with it, because it's a pretty active game, and you're good with the quick fights. So I think it'd be good just to kind of focus on it. But as far as like where we're going with the next stage of the game, we've got like a couple of Aghanim Scepters that are going to be very high impact. The Wind Ranger is going to be focusing on Aghanim's Rush, so she's going to be doing a lot of right-click damage with the Focus Fire. She's going to put that out. I think the biggest thing for the Aghanim Scepter is actually it's a 15-second cooldown, so you can Focus Fire more than just the one target. Loda does catch dust on FY, but I think FY is fine. Yeah, he'll keep going. And the other Ags pickup is actually going to be from Loda on the Centaur. You get that point booster, you're showing what your next item is going to be. And getting an Ags up on Centaur, it just really does a lot.
Yeah, getting early, I can even look at it. Mid lane, fucking bad, got caught. Blade came in the middle of the fight. Centaur stuns on 3. Using Shower Breakon and trying to walk back to the tower. Now Loda. Okay. The next target he got tracked down, I think is absolutely, he don't have any Shower Grip left. And yeah, it's 3 down for Team Alliance.
Yeah, great fight. I mean, that is... Yeah, they tried to get in there and turn around with the Centaur, but they just really couldn't make it happen. The early draft of Vici just makes them so much stronger in those kinds of fights, and Vici profit from it extremely high. They get some tracks out there, they get a lot of gold flowing, and they will get the last on the tower. So now Alliance are really behind in gold. Highcat's going to get caught out. Nice new combo. It will be his Aegis to respond, though.
10-9 game score, guys. Let's take a look at the graph a little bit. It's still pretty even for both teams. Actually, the graph is kind of swing because of all the action in this game. You know, when Chinese team facing against playing against the EU team is always like this. Team from Europe or America will force them to play a fast-paced game, and this is what happened. They are perfect. But still, Vici Gaming, it seems like they are getting used to this kind of style since they went to the Summit 3.
Well, I'd say that Vici are pretty
there, actually.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. There was a lot of back and forth with all the pro players and just all of the personalities clashing, and it was interesting. Everybody got to have a pretty fun time. A lot of times to hang out and just chill, but also some pretty serious business when it came down to those training rooms. Like they were very dedicated to try to do the best they could of the tournament, and yeah, we had some tryhards in there. But yeah, I think Vici Gaming are pretty comfortable here. Like if you think about how they did in 6.81 and TI4, they very, even though I don't think that they were the first ones to really get into the very fast-paced games, now they've followed through with it, and it's almost become their signature style. They are reacting very quickly to the pacing of the game, and they're saying, okay, well, no carry strat, come on, and we can just go and get involved very early on. So Alliance are keeping up pretty well, but Vici Gaming are still at an advantage at this stage in the game, and Alliance have to just kind of find the pickoffs where they can, and that's where the Nature's Prophet Orchid is going to really help. Since Storm did not go for a BKB, did not go for a Yule Scepter, just the Bloodstone, they could actually kill him with the Orchid, and that would be huge.
Do you think this Nature Prophet is still going for something like Blade Mail? But before that, take a look at fight at the bottom lane. Blanking for Loda and Boomstorm. Nice using disruption from the Vici Gaming side to defense a hard carry, and they still alive. Friendship on Fenrir and Wind Ranger on the killing spree. Highcat is on killing spree.
Yeah, it is worth noting that Hao did get the suicide off with the Bloodstone, but he still loses the charges, gets a quick respawn into the game, but he's losing a little bit of momentum here, and it's just very frustrating for him that he goes down that abruptly. But yeah, we've got the Orchid now up on Bulldog, so that Robe of the Magi did get turned into the Silence, and that's going to make it so that he can kill off the Leshrac or the Storm so much easier. Mechanism on Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
He's going for the Guardian Greaves. Wow.
Yeah, Guardian Greaves almost got it. It should be around 1.6k gold. Once he got the Guardian Greaves, I think this guy is Bounty Hunter as a support. Pretty good one, VGFI, and now he's just gonna fry someone. He's fucking mad. Got tracked down, and here comes the dust. Had to waste that for Centaur Runner and just walk back. Now you take a look at Arrow Bulldog once again. What is his next item? Do you think he's still going for a Blade Mail, or maybe just getting something like some escape mechanism like Blade Dagger, or even Shadow Blade?
There's a lot of ways you could go with this. I think Silver Edge, the Shadow Blade upgrade, could be really good, because he does need a little bit more HP here, but Bane getting caught off, pretty quick jump, and easy kill. They've got this Observer Ward still in play, and they did commit the Flesh Golem, so they probably want to go for a little bit more here. The tier 2 tower's getting pushed in, Undying uses his Midas, and now they're ready to fight up top if necessary. But yeah, as far as that goes, it's hard to say for Nature's Prophet as far as what he wants to go next. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you could go. I could even see well, actually, they got the mechanism onto Bane here, so we'll see. But mid lane.
Oh, you're gonna get caught in the middle lane, and Shadow Grave just in time on Centaur Runner. He paid away, and he's alive actually. The track finished off the bottom, the top lane by Hao, pushing in. He already got his Bloodstone and just 0.2k gold in his pocket, going to get a BKB soon. Once he got BKB, he's gonna. Do you think our Lion still can defend with that power Leshrac in this 6.843?
It's going to be tough. I mean, the Leshrac is very involved, very high damage output, and he's not going to be easy to take down. Some good heroes that can deal with it, but overall, I think that's going to be when the hero is at his most scary. I'd say and Aegis the Immortal is where it really gets tough to deal with him.
Yeah, and to kill this Leshrac, you need to get close to him, which is very hard. You have to deal with the damage with Diabolic Edict and Pulse Nova.
Yeah, he's going to be moving fast because of track movement speed. He's going to have the Flesh Golem right next to him to enhance his damage, and then they'll have the Guardian Greaves, so that's going to keep his HP up. So that BKB does seem to be a point where Alliance are going to be shaking. They're really not sure if they're able to survive through those fights, but you know they'll try to get that quick pick and that quick jump and see how it plays out.
Yeah, and I kind of worry about the tomb. You know, I really hate this tombstone. You cannot fight under the tomb because the zombie run very fast. And when you're just trying to go in and destroy the tomb, you have to deal with the damage of Leshrac. So it's kind of a bad situation. That's what I'm talking about. Dropping down the tomb, fucking mad. He's still got his Shadow Grave on him, and now he's walking back. And they decided to go back on the high ground. They cannot fight at tier 2.
Still, the fact that they can walk away from that engagement without feeding any more track gold it's just showing how strong the Centaur can be as far as choosing your fights carefully. And once Electric Vortex was gone, they knew that they could just walk away from it. Unfortunately, they still lose the tower, but they have bigger things to worry about. They have to worry about these next couple fights. So I assume they want to go for the offensive, but Super keeps taking the fight to them. Wow, very aggressive with almost no mana. Bulldog just TPs away.
Yeah. What if you just turn around and fight? I think he also can because it's the storm. But he will never know if there are any supports or not. That Highcat is the one who get caught here. Killing Spree broken. Started off with a disruption once again by Child Demon. And a reward right after that. They got the Observer Ward. Roshan is almost back. Should be around 1 minute. Back for Roshan. Another track on fucking Mad. I really hate this track, you know.
Oh yeah. just bouncing around, always getting hit by that. And we see some Rosha and timers put into the all chat, because why not, Fenrir? But I think the Windranger pickup would mean a lot more if Roche was spawning right then. But because they have to wait another minute, it's still there. It's going to be a 5-on-5 for that Roche, and I think that either team could survive in that situation. But it's important to note that actually Loda did not go for the full Agadam's rush after Blink Dagger. He instead went for the point booster and then 4-staff. So although right now he can only be 700 gold away from the Ags, right now he went and said, okay, I just need this extra bit of mobility, and he should help allies disengage from a tough spot. Like if you get caught in by a disruption, you wait that out and you 4-staff them away from things like the Split Earth. So yeah, that's going to be pretty helpful, but it also means that they don't have that extra tankiness the Stampede would provide.
Stampede, do you think it is going to be a big thing once Centaur Runner finishes Aghanim Scepter? That damage reduced and some, you know, walking through the terrain?
Yeah, if he can get there. I'm actually worried because he went for the 4-staff, he might not even see the Aghanim Scepter this game. It comes down to these next couple of fights, or perhaps a quick Roche snipe. They'll just pop the Linkens and go right to it. Focus fire right on Roshan, doing 85% damage to him at max attack speed.
They might trying to contain VTFI, the first one to go in. What are you doing around here? But he was in a wrong party once again, but yeah, seems like that's just like I mentioned earlier, they cannot fight under the tomb. They need to destroy that one first, just leave the Roshan to Team Vici Gaming. Looks like they're just gonna leave that one. Fucking mad before they leave, they just get rid of that bounty hunter. Now they are about to lose their hard carry. Monster Loda is dead.
Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. They kept the damage on him, kept the Inner Shadows on him. He couldn't blink away, and they just, at long range, were able to nuke him down with the Shadow Poison and Lightning Storm. So, really good follow-through from Vici Gaming. Good, obviously, not to give the Roshan away for free. They knew the timing. They kind of called Alliance's bluff and were able to jump in and just control the pit perfectly. So this gives the Aegis to, should be the Leshrac. I mean, yes, Storm is a good Aegis carrier, but in this case, the Storm is so underfarmed that Leshrac could do so much more with it. But it looks like they will give it to Super anyways, and we'll see what he can do with it.
Yeah, it was wonder that Vici Gaming just put the time in all chat why still they are going in like that for Alliance. And look at that long fly from Super. Gonna get a Pycat.
Pycat's in trouble.
Well. He's just gonna use that. Oh man.
Yeah.
Pycat man fight with a guy with a double damage and Aegis, what he had in mind.
Yeah, he just didn't realize that how much trouble he was in, to be honest with you. Windrun is actually a really good spell against Storm Spirit usually, because almost all of Storm's damage still comes from the auto attacks that have magical damage on top of them. But in this case, he couldn't get the wind run off, and he was just pinned in by like 4 people. Like, it was just a bad spot to be in. And now they just march right in. With the Aegis and with the BKB ready between the Storm Spirit and the Leshrac, they are ready to rumble. This should be a pretty good fight for them. And it might just be at least one lane of racks.
Yes, and look at that. They need to do something. If not, that tower is just going to fall down. Maybe it's something. But it's kind of hard because they got tracked down over there and they see their movement. So, gotta let the tower go away, and instead of tower, here comes the tower becoming a tombstone here. Now, how they gonna defend this one? Then forward runner still got tracked down, flying in, trying to catch his fucking man, pop up his mechanism. Tombstone, and a heal on Tombstone once again. Catch, and yep. Oh, and the Aegis for the first time and popped up. He's gonna come back full HP. Emerald Bulldog dropping low. He cannot buy back though. If they lose this one, they might lose one barrack at least. And it's a double kill. Wow, it's a team wipe for Team Vici Gaming. This is not looking good at all for Alliance. What happened, Blaze?
Man, it was just all over, but really, the fact is, the Leshrac got to use his full mana pool throughout that fight and just got to lay into the Lightning Storm and Pulse Nova, really doing work with the Flesh Golem. Leshrac not dying, a great damage duo, and they were able to just wade through that fight, wade through the river of heroes and melt them all down. That was very impressive. I mean, it was a nice jump on the Storm Spirit, but because he had the Aegis, it didn't really mean much. They got the quick pickup, and then he just comes back to life. So they couldn't run, they couldn't hide, and Vici Gaming in 30 minutes take game 1.